Hey everyone, Jess Tomlinson here. I cannot stop thinking about this, so I have to create a video to share with you too because something really amazing happened and apparently made a huge impact on me, even though I have been really studying and dabbling and practicing the dynamics of masculine and feminine for the past 5 years. This is something that I've just recently begun teaching publicly because I wanted to make sure that I actually knew what I was doing. But there are some really profound teachings when it comes to how we can embrace our feminine specifically. So I teach mostly women. And one thing that I know is that our feminine, meaning our feminine qualities, our range of who we are as a woman, has really been wounded because of society, because of family, friends, previous lovers, our own self expectations. There are kind of all of these dynamics that have not allowed our feminine, which is the quality that I best like to describe as. Being able to fully express our range of emotions. So a lot of people like to define the feminine as kind of the all changing, the ever moving, the ever evolving, and I know that resonates very true with me. So you can think of your feminine essence as kind of like a river flowing down the stream. So there's a lot more we could talk about on masculine and feminine and what that means, but the point of this video, I just wanted to give you some background on the feminine, is to share with you something pretty profound that happened with me when I was actually in the Bay, San Francisco area a few weeks ago for a conference. And so one thing that, before I get to the story, so make sure you stay on because I promise I'll get to the story, but there's so much background. One thing that I think is so important to acknowledge is that as women who have really survived, I'll say, that sounds a little dramatic, but it's true, survived in this more masculine driven society, meaning we have amazing careers and we are out there and we're able to accomplish things and we're kind of doing it all right on the grind, which is awesome. Like, don't stop doing that. And yet, what has happened is we've swung so far away from this feminine essence, right? The ever changing, the flowing, the moving, and gotten so much into kind of the focus, 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 which is more masculine accomplishment. That we have sped up so much that it's hard for us to slow down, right? I think this is true for men and women. So when I say masculine and feminine, by the way, it doesn't mean man or woman, but I specifically speak to women. So when I say feminine, it's more women who identify with these feminine qualities. And yet many women who identify with these feminine qualities have become so identified with their career or their success, right? And so we have a hard time slowing down and stopping. Now, the whole reason that I'm sharing this with you is because that is a really big problem when it comes to attracting the love, the big, meaningful love that I know you desire in your life. And this is really what I'm focusing on helping people with right now because it's made such a profound impact in my own life in attracting love that is meaningful and deep and not just kind of these, short little flings. What is really important to me in this lifetime is that I experience like soul shaking love. I want that. So, what I know for sure is that embodying my feminine is absolutely essential to having that kind of love that I desire. Um, and so going back to the go, 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 right? Having a hard time slowing down. I have been practicing for the last few years, learning how to do that. And that's been through a lot of self-love, self-care, mindfulness, lots of techniques, all which I teach my clients. And it really came to surface when I was at this conference in San Francisco Bay Area, like I mentioned a few weeks ago. So the scenario is that me and a friend of mine had an Uber driver come and pick us up to take us from our Airbnb to the conference, to the hotel. And we got in the Uber And the guy was just a really sweet gentleman. Like, I could really tell, like, he was just a sweet soul. And we pulled up to the hotel, and I saw him really quickly get out of the car, and I just knew, female intuition, right, that he wanted to open our doors. He wanted to open my friend's door, and he wanted to open my door. Now, my friend, naturally, she got out the car because we were already late for the conference. So she got out and went on her merry way. But because I was so present and I noticed that this man wanted to open my door, I actually sat there. And I was on the other side. So he's in the driver's seat. I was in the back right passenger seat in the back. And so he had to walk all the way around. And what was so magical is I had this moment where I knew he wanted to do this. And I knew through studying what lights men up is that if I was to wait because he wanted to open my door, that would really fulfill him, that would make him feel purposeful, and that would bring him joy. And that it would also give me an opportunity to receive, which is the feminine. So I sat there, and, little parts of me was like, okay, I'm running late. Like, hurry up, clock, 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 right? And at the same time, what was most important to me was seeing him light up and also giving myself that gift of having a man open the door for me. And this would not have happened a few years ago, okay? Let me tell you, I was not that chick to sit there and wait. Like, I can do it myself, I've got shit to do, come on. And I never realized that not only was I passing up a gift for myself, but I was also cutting off opportunities for men to feel great about themselves. And that's not to say that they can't without helping, but that's naturally what is their instinct. And what I have found is one of the gifts of women is to give them that opportunity. So I'm just smiling ear to ear, thinking about how great I felt sitting there, letting this Uber driver open my door and looking him in the eyes when he opened my door, and I stepped out and saying, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So you're probably wondering, what does this actually do in the process of attracting love and attracting a man that you desire? Well, what it does is it helps you practice that feminine quality of receiving, which is very necessary in order to attract a man who is going to allow you to feel supported, which I know is one of the main qualities of us as women, even ambitious women who are out there who can do it ourselves. We still, deep down in our core, we want to feel held, we want to feel supported, and we want to feel loved. So I hope that this inspires you to go out and practice receiving from a man, whether that's standing and waiting for him to open your door or for him to take down your luggage. Gosh, I used to do that. I'm like, oh, I've got it. Now I have so much pleasure in allowing somebody to help me. It feels so good, and it doesn't feel disempowering. It feels empowering. So I invite you, whether it's sitting and waiting for a man to come all the way around the car and open your door, or to open the door while you're walking into a store, or to take down your luggage when you're on a plane, just pause, have that moment of feminine reception, and allow the masculine to give so that you can receive. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You can head over if you want more tips and information on how to really heal your heart, empower yourself in the feminine, and also attract the big, meaningful love that you deserve. You can go over to my website, JessTomlinson.com. Mwah. See you guys later.